Watch part 1 to see my review on the base game, but today we'll be taking a look at the Aftershocks DLC. You are still the tourist, and you are still in New Orleans, and you are still chopping zombies and face blasting humans. The only difference is your flashlight changes color halfway through. We're trying to hit 500 subs by 2025, so subscribe if you enjoy. You start your adventure with someone talking over the radio about a loot cache. You have to find it, and you better enjoy doing it, because that's all this game is. Listen on the radio for a loot box, find the loot box, then listen to the radio again the next morning. You find the guy who was talking on the radio and get a key to a cache, then you leave. Since the cache is in enemy territory, you need to kill a bunch of people. That's something this DLC does well, mass enemies. It can get pretty difficult at times. If you go in unprepared, you can get caught off guard by just how many enemies there are. You check the radio the next day, and you have to go to the high school map. But you find a mysterious triangle key in the cache. The next mission is more of the same. I did die to this explosive trap though. The next mission is actually really cool. You enter this duplex where you confronted JB in the previous game, and there is this locked door with the cache behind it. You find a note saying there's explosive barrels in another building. So you enter the zombie infested house and grab a barrel. You place it down and blow up the door. The first time I played this mission, I was blown away by just how interactive this mission felt compared to the fetch quest that I previously played. In the cache, there's a recipe for a new flashlight upgrade named the UV flashlight. You can toggle between normal and UV mode. It sacrifices visibility for being able to see hidden messages, which is utilized by the next mission. You find a legend for finding secrets. You search for hidden shapes which point you towards the next one, leading to another legend with new shapes. You find notes which mention someone named Whistles, who you'll meet in Retribution. The end of the trail leads to a note which tells you the stuff you came for is in the back at the skiff, which is kind of annoying because sometimes I don't remember that it's there and I have to go through all this stuff when it's just sitting there the whole time. But in theory, you can just grab the stuff immediately and leave. Warzone is by far my favorite mission up to this point in both games. You start the mission with the hint, find the battlefield. Immediately I was lost, but then I heard gunshots, and you follow them, and then you find out that there's a never-ending battle between the tower and the reclaimed. They face each other, but they'll shoot you if they spot you. But you see a cache right in the middle. You run up to it, most likely taking bullets for it, but you just want to get out of there. You open it, and it's empty. Then you look around, and you see like a dozen of them, and at this point you're probably near death. The thrill of ducking in corners to heal while fending off both factions is a great time. The enemies spawn endlessly, requiring you to run into the open to open a box, then duck back to cover. I only went in with 2 full restore bandages and I almost died a few times. If you enter decently prepared, then you'll exert a lot of your weapon durability and ammunition. You return back to your base with your weapons in scraps. You could be missing a massive chunk of your health and just want to heal. You come back and see these tower troops running out of your bus. They run through the catacombs and place an explosive trap which should catch you off guard. You chase them down, you kill them, and you find out that they stole all your materials. They are split up into thirds. One is at the entrance of the graveyard, and the other 2 are in the tower and reserve territory in Via Corolla. This is one of the few times in the series where the entire level is enemy territory, meaning you'll be shot on sight by any and everyone. They stole my gunpowder this time, meaning that I could not make ammo, so if I didn't have as much as I did, then I could definitely see myself having trouble with this mission. I was feeling tense the entire time, as you can see by the footage. I was clearing rooms like I was playing Onward and knocking doors over with my shotgun. This mission was a lot of fun, and for what is essentially the last mission of the game, it did its job pretty well. As a fast-paced, tense revenge mission, I really felt like John Wick retrieving my materials and killing all who stood in my way. Alright, the final mission. You go to Bastion and enter the house where you found the explosives a few missions ago, and you use the 3 shaped keys in 3 hidden key slots. You find them using the UV flashlight, and once you put the last one in, a washing machine slides away from a wall and a hidden ladder is unveiled. Inside is the end of the game. It is the hideout of the X-Men, who will be one of the main antagonists in Retribution. I think that this is good cliffhanger, as the first time I entered I felt like he could come back at any moment, so I looked around quickly and left. That got me so hyped to see this mysterious tower affiliated guy. I think that this is such a good touch to have the explosive barrels, which are also gas canisters, in the house above his lair, as he most likely gathered them to either explode something or to power this gas stove he has, or possibly both. It really gets you thinking. I feel like not enough people talk about this game, as people only talk about the main two games. The start was kinda slow. It felt like any of the beginning missions would fit well into the main game, but it really ramped up towards the end and finished strong. Definitely do not skip Aftershocks, as it is consistent in quality to Chapter 1 and in some aspects better. It carries over the cool gameplay, which is some of the best in the VR space. It has exciting new missions with actual difficulty. The only thing I felt like it missed was an allied person like May or Casey to talk to and work with, but I liked seeing the tourist's motives alone, as he was just chasing loot for the whole game and killing all who stood in his way. Next time we'll cover the controversial and buggy mess that is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution. Damn, what a mouthful. Goodbye.